Hi, I'm Mark, and Subliteral Network is my channel. I make art and comics, and you're very welcome to come in. Now, every week, 5 days a week, I post my art to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And this is for those of you who have missed it or who just want to hear a little more about the art. And remember, you can read my comics, Una the Cave Bunny and Tiger Team 3, free at radiocomics.com, and all the links are in the description. The reason I have so many of these paper bag sketches, or sketches done on paper bags, is because I worked at a place that was phasing out this very small size bag that they used. So they had like boxes full of them. And I just started, on my break, I would sketch on them in ballpoint and throw in a little white chalk or sometimes white crayon on there. And so this is what you see here. This one just sort of started developing into this thing that I just ended up calling an assassin girl. She got knives and swords and a mask and a hood, and I do like the way it came out. I was having fun doing these hatched textures and stuff, and I just tried to practice and get good with it. But there were no stakes to the pictures, so I got really loose and could just kind of afford to have some fun with them. While drawing Una the Cave Bunny, she never ended up looking like this because I wanted to keep it kind of an all ages strip. But I would do these Sharpie and pigment liner drawings on like a small sheet of paper just to kind of keep loose and explore different kinds of line work that I could do. And this was one of them. Just kind of a topless cave bunny hanging around up to her thighs in a lake. And not much to say about it. That's just kind of what happened. Another ballpoint sketch on a paper bag with some white crayon. Back in the 90s, Bruce Campbell played on a show called Jack of All Trades, where he was an American spy during the colonial era. And he had an alter ego called the Dragoon, who was masked and caped and carried a sword, kind of almost like a Zorro-like figure. So at one point, his co-star, Angela Dutchin, I forget her name on the show, she had to impersonate the Dragoon, wearing the same outfit. And of course it was ridiculous because she looked nothing like him. I mean, she was just gorgeous in that suit. And I remember that show and have never seen a picture of her in that outfit. So I'm kind of going from memory on this. But that was, sometimes you watch a TV show. I mean, anything with Bruce Campbell is he can make any concept work seemingly, and that thing was just a farce. It was so funny and dumb. I mean, they had Napoleon appeared on it, and he was played by Vern Troyer, who was only like about 2.5 feet tall. It was just full of stuff like that. Very funny show. Angela Dodgen was beautiful in that outfit, and I just have a kind of a very vivid memory of her in the thing. And the sketch is not perfectly accurate to the suit, I don't think. In fact, I'm sure it isn't. But it was still a lot of fun. This is an ink drawing of a very small ink drawing of a tank that I did. And when I posted it, I had this big idea that I was going to have Tank Week, in all my postings. But I found out I didn't have enough tanks. I had this one and another one that I was quite not happy with. And okay, so I have to draw more tanks because I really love it, making them look like they're dinged and bent up and armored. I love doing that. I don't do it often enough. And, well, listen, I'll have to make a point of it. We'll just have to draw more tanks. This is a section of an ink drawing that I did, which I considered to be the best part of the drawing. It was a big, complicated thing with a giant frog in a cave, and this girl was standing in front of it holding this sword. And I was never satisfied with the piece of art. It just seemed like I hadn't worked out the tonal arrangement that well. So I kept adding lines, and it just kept getting kind of worse and worse looking. So I put it away, and then I took it out, stuck this thing in Photoshop, and carefully trimmed out this girl that you see. I love the way this came out. The rest of it, not so much, but I'm going to show you the whole thing in context right here. This is the entire picture, and you can decide for yourself whether you think it's any good.